Hello, everyone. I'm Dima Matloob, and for this interview, I have a very special creator of our city. To start off, please introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone. I am Quiara Caguiat. I am currently an architectural instructor at Arizona State University, focusing in architecture. And additionally, I am currently practicing as an architectural designer as well in the city.
So, first question, what key life experiences have formed who you are today?
Would be my experience studying abroad, specifically in Italy, in Europe. To me, that experience, being able to go out of my comfort zone and experience architecture in a completely different environment, really changed who I am, changed how I am, changed how I see things, and see how architecture as well.
And how did you become passionate and involved in our city?
I think it's through my thesis project back in my master's, and additionally, even when way back in my undergrad at Arizona State University, I've always been passionate about specific topics like adaptive reuse, urban regeneration of our city. So those were my focus all throughout my master's, actually. And while I was living in Italy, I was very much amazed and was very inspired by the walkability, the presence of transportation, and at the same time, their focus on preservation of history and culture.
And what are your core values and how are they reflected in your work?
I am very much passionate when it comes to really going out of your comfort zone and taking risk. I think taking risk when it comes to not only architecture, but in life in general. I think that me like learning how to be confident about yourself and learning how to be going out of your comfort zone, that has helped me really shape how I work. So to me personally, it became me very confident to like teach studios, be with students.
And in your perspective, why is our city a great city?
It's because of its diversity and also rich history. I think there's a lot of potential when it comes to the culture, like I said, the diversity, the people that are in our city. There's a lot of talented people in our city, which is why for me it's very important that we preserve that and we dive into preservation of our city, because it's so rich. And then there's also a lot of people right now that are moving from different states, from different countries into our city. So I feel like that's really the strength that we have, is that we are continuously developing and we are continuously growing as a city.
And what causes, projects, and activities are you involved in, and why are they important to you?
In the firm that I am working at, I am mostly focused currently as a healthcare designer. So a lot of the projects that I've been involved in are healthcare projects. And I think one main important projects I've always been passionate about in healthcare is behavioral health, because I think that's something that is sometimes overlooked upon.
And how do you collaborate with other groups and individuals to realize your impactful work?
Being vocal enough when it comes to your ideas, when it comes to your if you have a question, so don't be intimidated, don't be scared, because there's always no wrong questions.
And what other creators who are focused on similar causes, projects, or activities have influenced you?
In our company, Robin Lindstorm, I've been following the work that she's done throughout our office, and not only in our office, but her previous work when it comes to behavioral health projects all throughout the country. So she's one of the ones that I've always been kind of following through when it comes to healthcare projects.
And finally, for our last question, what would you recommend I do to become a future creator of our great city?
What I would recommend, and I always recommend this to my students, getting your internships very early on is really helpful. Networking, because we are in a very small, I think architecture in general is a very small community. Like you would know people here and there, and it's a very small community. It's not, compared to other professions. So being able to kind of get your foot out there early on is so helpful when it comes to advancing your careers.
Perfect. Thank you so much for sharing your insights and experiences. I really appreciate your time and the opportunity to learn from you. Thank you so much.